Alright guys, so it's not a commercial for Chain Reaction, but we're going away. I'm going with these legends, John and Scotty, to Queenstown, New Zealand. Ooh. My first time riding in Queenstown. Been many times in New Zealand, always for climbing and walking, but never for riding, so it's going to be the first time. Very excited, obviously. First thing first, we have to pack the bike. So I'm going to take my Enduro. Here it is. And yeah, we're going to prepare it for traveling. And now we need to get this beast in that. I already removed the pedals. I take that in my carry-on. Fairly straightforward process. I'm going to remove the chain. I need to undo the derailleur and fold it back into the rear triangle, and I have to remove the handlebars and pack it all nicely in the bag. I have a 30 kilogram allowance, so I try to get as much of my gear in the bag. I think the combined weight of the empty bag and my bike is maybe around the 21 kilograms, so it gives me 8 to 9 kilograms to fill it up with stuff. It's going to be my helmet. I also have this little hip bag with some tools I want to put in there. I'm going to use all my protection gear to use that to wrap the bike for protection. Put some clothes in it as well. Let's see how we go. I also need to replace the brake pads, so I've got freshies here. Alright, so put the chain in this Ziploc bag with the quick release. I sprayed a little bit of silicone lubricant on it, making sure obviously there's no rust forming. This head bag contains the tools that I'm going to bring. I do have a compact pump that I will put in my carry-on, but otherwise this is all I'm going to bring. Show you quickly what it is. Queenstown will have some very steep terrain and we may have some rain as well, so I'm gonna bring quite a large number of spare brake pads. I have 6 in total, so I put 2 new ones on today and then I got 6 more. We're gonna stay for 6 days in Queenstown. At least it allows me to replace the brake pads every second day if needed. I got a spare gear cable, again, just in case. Spoke tool. I also have a larger Allen key for the pedals. Smaller ones, I don't need too many. I have a tool in my headset that I can use for most of the bolts. And these are some bike specific components, so a spare derailleur hanger and some pivot bolts specific for my bike, always handy. And then we got some general tools that I normally carry with me. Again here, this one is a double function. You can use a tire lever and for the chain. Really handy. Some quick links to repair the chain if needed. And I got here a plug tool and some spare plugs. Another tire lever. 2 small Allen keys to be used to replace the brake pads. Apparently got 2 different sizes of Allen keys, a bit annoying. And a small chain breaker. And there's another spare brake pad. Okay. Yeah, that is all are gonna bring in tools. As I mentioned, I have a small hand pump that I'll put in my carry-on, and I have 2 spare tubes. So I'm running a cush core and a tube in my rear tire, tubeless in the front. There is one interesting thing: if you're riding tubeless, there is a chance that when you get a destination and you inflate the tire, that the tire is not holding the air. It's quite possible, specifically when the sealant is a bit older. So maybe a bit of advice is to put some new sealant in the tire before you pack the bike. So next I'm gonna remove the wheels, we'll leave the air and replace the brake pads. So putting a little bit of sealant in, just to make sure that when I inflate the tire in Queenstown, it actually seals. So now I'm gonna removing the derailleur. So obviously you want to wrap this or protect it so it doesn't scratch the frame. So I'm going to use my elbow guard. That should just fit. Okay. This will do. Before I take out the old brake pads, I use a screwdriver to move the pistons back to the outside position. Be careful with doing that. Just apply a bit of pressure like I'm doing now. We just hold it for a few seconds, and slowly the pistons will go back to the outside position. Do that with the old brake pads in so you don't damage the pistons. Alright, that should do it. So now I have to be fairly quick. Old ones out. Fresh is in. Okay, so both brake pads are now refreshed, and I put spacers in, which makes it way easier to install the wheel later on. So the next and pretty much final thing to do is the handlebar. So the handlebars will go diagonal like this. So this is really all you need to do to make it fit in the bag. Obviously you want to wrap it a bit better, protect it better for any pressure, because those bags, they are stacked on top of each other, so you have to be mindful of that. But now we're going to put it in the bike bag, that one. This is the first time I'm using a Chain Reaction branded bag. Normally I use the Evoke ones. They definitely better, they're a bit more sturdier, they have some better frame protection on the side. Also, we're a bit disappointed with this one. You can't zip it open completely. With the Evoke bag, you just lay it on the flat on the ground, you flip one side over and you have easy access to it. But this becomes a little bit fiddly to get the bike in. But here we go. Should work. Now this one has separate bags for the wheels.
Are you sure about that?
And once the wheels are in, you just tuck them inside next to the bike. So I got the bike in, but that was not easy. It only just fits. With the Evoque bags I have more space. Obviously not a whole lot, but definitely it's easier to get them in. So that was a little bit of a struggle. Alright, need to get the wheels in. Houston, we've got a problem. My bike does not fit in this bag. Oopsie. Not just the width, so I can't zip it, but even the length. It was a squeeze and the stem is almost poking out, so not good. Alright, so I'm working on a bag up, trying to get the Evoque bag.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this is better. Just got an Evoque bag, and if you can see, this opens up nicely. It's way easier to put the bike in. It also has some straps to strap the bike to the bag, and it has these plastic bits to reinforce the edges of the bag, so I'm going to do that first. Tight point. Protection. One in there. Well, that's looking good. Alright, so everything is in there. But now I need to get the wheels in, and that's always a little bit difficult to get them in. But let's see, and then we have to weigh it to see if it's not exceeding the 30 kilograms. If it does, then obviously I need to take something out, but I think I'm okay. Well, that was fairly easy. Right. All right, 30.8 kilogram. So I'm a kilogram over. $29.4. That should be okay. All right, so the bike is packed. Took a bit more time and effort than anticipated. So here we are, ready to go, ready for traveling. So next time you will see me will be from Queenstown, New Zealand. Choo!